All right, you're walking out of my office. You've got your estate planning documents, you've got your binder. Now what? What do you do with the thing? I get this question quite a bit. It is a good question. Where should we keep this? Who should we give copies to? Hi, I'm Jason Wagner, the farm lawyer. I work with family farmers every single day to help them pass the farm on to the next generation. At my law firm, Wagner Ayler, we've been doing it for over 50 years. Watch this video to learn more. If something happened to you, would your family know where your estate planning documents are? Would they be able to access it when they need it? This is a good question. It's something that I get quite a bit. One of the first things people usually ask me is, should we go put this in our safety deposit box? I've got nothing against banks or safety deposit box in general. I just really don't like it for estate planning documents. One of the reasons is bad experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of banks, were shut down, or you couldn't get access without an appointment. And so I had estate plans that were locked up in banks that took us a lot longer to get to than we normally would have. Another reason is, you know, I've had situations where the family doesn't even know where the safety deposit box is. I've had out of state children of clients come in, literally going from bank to bank all day long, just trying to find out if their mom or dad even had an account there. And if you don't have a key, now you've got to get the bank president and the sheriff involved to try to get into it, and a locksmith, a whole mess. One of the other reasons is, finally, your estate planning documents include your healthcare directives. I've had this as a situation too. It's the weekend. It's Saturday night at midnight, and we're in the hospital and we need that healthcare directive. Sure, I might have a copy of it, but you're not going to get a hold of me at midnight. Maybe the bank has it. You're not going to get into that bank at midnight either. You're going to want to have this in a more predictable, safer, easier accessible place. My preferred and go to is a fireproof safe in your home. Now, being in the Midwest, a lot of people say, well, can I put it in my gun safe? You bet you can. I think that's a great place for it, as long as you've got room for it. And usually those gun safes are pretty secure, probably pretty fireproof. I like it. Again, somebody should know that it's there. You don't have to tell everyone, but let your kids know or let your trustee know, hey, I've done my estate plan. Here's the farm lawyer I worked with, and I've got my documents in my safe, in my closet, downstairs, whatever. They know where it is. All right. You don't have a safe. What next? Well, someplace obvious. Do you have an office? Do you have an important desk drawer? Is there someplace you keep these documents where we can find it? I had a client come in the other day with his notebook with all of the passwords for all of the accounts, right? I bet that goes into a pretty important drawer at home. The estate plan or the will should be right next to it. That way we know this is where things are. In my firm, it's my practice that you keep the originals, I keep a copy. But we also send you an electronic copy. And then you can download that, save it to your computer, and you've got a file right there, easily accessible. You can also then share that with whoever in the family you choose to share it with. Now, should you share it with the people in the family? I'm okay with it. It just has to fit the right circumstance. In general, I do recommend that you have conversations with your family about what your wishes and plans are. It doesn't mean they have to know every detail or you have to provide them a full copy of the document, but they should know that you've got your plan started and who you worked with. Some of those other documents, like the healthcare power of attorney, can be pretty simple to share with your kids. That's something that, again, they may need it in a crunch. That way it's right there and ready to go. In my firm, it's our practice that we like to send those healthcare directives out to your medical providers right away. Get it onto your medical record so that if something does happen to you, it's already there. We don't have to go searching for it. We don't have to call around at midnight trying to find out what mom or dad's wishes are on the healthcare directive. And of course, It's really important that you review this estate plan every 3 to 5 years. Farm succession planning never stops. This isn't something we want to sit on a shelf for 20 years. We don't want it to sit at the back of your safe deposit box with your abstracts, you know, growing dust and not updating with the circumstances. So it's important that you meet with a qualified farm lawyer and get these documents reviewed at least every 3 to 5 years and update as circumstances dictate. Now, if you'd like us to take a look at your estate plan, give us a call at 507-288-5567. Any one of the attorneys at Wagner-Ayler would be happy to work with you. Now, if you like what you've heard, check out farmlawyer.com, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Facebook.